This is the new Midi controller from Synido. Hello and welcome. Synido just sent me this new Midi controller they have been working on, the TempoKEY K25, and this thing looks really good. Synido went all in with the presentation on this one. The keyboard really looks and feels like a complete instrument and doesn't seem to be a copy of other brands. They have made some specific choices for this one with their customers in mind, and you can feel it even from when you do the unboxing. The box itself is quite beautiful and full of information, a thing that you don't get even on the more mainstream MIDI controllers. The first big surprise when you open the box is that you don't see your MIDI controller, but a bag and a strap-on, so you can carry it around with you. This kind of makes you think you got scammed, but wait, there are more things inside the bag. Synido really thought about everything and gave you lots of things that you might need when using the TempoKEY. First, there is this really sturdy orange cable that you can help you connect to your devices. The mandatory user manual if you are the reading kind, a USB-A to USB-C adapter, more on that later, a power-up cable and a MIDI out adapter if you plan on using the controller to connect to your hardware synths, a sticker for all your sticking needs, and what do you know? Even a cleaning cloth. Now, you may find this funny, but I actually got some comments asking me about how should they clean their MIDI controllers. Looks like Synido thought of that and gave you guys an easy answer. The final piece and the most important is of course the TempoKEY, and it looks really good. This purple color really pops up and the glossy finish makes it really shine. Now, having this glossy extra protection layer, you know you will have to deal with fingerprints on it, but hey, we've got the cleaning cloth. The build quality is great, the keyboard feels sturdy, doesn't wobble and does not feel cheap. It has all the function you would expect from a modern day MIDI controller, but the most important factor of all when you buy such a device is the feel of the keybed. This one is really springy and a lot better than most of its competitors on the market right now. It also has a little weight to it, so we can actually play with different velocities. The next focus of your attention would be the 8 pads. They have 2 bangs, so one pad can do 2 functions. It has a button right above the keys where you can change the pad bangs. It will light up white or yellow depending on what bang you are in. The pads are backlit and not RGB, so when you press them they light up just like the button, white or yellow. They are fine to the press, but not the greatest. This was my one letdown on this keyboard, as I know from Synido's Tempo pad that they can do really good RGB colored pads. The knobs are not endless encoders, but that does not bother me at all. They feel really good to the touch and you feel a lot of feedback when you turn them. The controller has all these little buttons that make your life easier. You can transpose 4 octaves lower or higher, but also semitone transposition is available. This is really useful in case you have a difficult piece to play that has too many black keys and you need that one semitone lower or higher. You have transport control buttons that you can also MIDI map as you want them, and basically you can have more buttons to control your music. Arpeggiator and note repeat functions are also available for those of you who use that. The main button / knob, or should I say Knobby 2.0, controls the volume as a default, but you can change many parameters with its help, like key velocity, swing for the arpeggiator, behaviors for the modulation and pitch touch strips, and many others. Speaking of the touch strips, Synido put these LEDs on, so you have a really visual representation of what you are doing. And besides that, they look so good. The last piece on the keyboard is the little screen that always shows you what you are doing, which is a nice addition and is easy to read. For connectivity, we have inputs for the power, a sustain pedal, the USB-C to connect to your PC or Mac, and the MIDI out port. Interesting thing here is the adapter from USB-A to USB-C that I got in the box, because this way I can connect directly to a phone or a pad and sketch up ideas. Of course, this thing comes with a dedicated software where you can change and personalize any aspect of your keyboard. You can download it from the Synido's webpage. I'll leave a link in the description. I think it's about time to get a taste of what this little thing can do. I use my live loop user setup that I described in another video. I already prepared a lead, some drums, a bass and some pads, and we will start looping. So there you go. The guys at Synido really did a good job with this one. If you want to stand out with your MIDI controller, I think this one is the one to get. If you want to learn how to live loop, you should watch this video. Cheers.